everybody, this is Chad from Zombie Fight Shark, and today I'm going to do a quick walkthrough of the factory, what it is, and what to expect when you get it, and we'll listen to a few of the sounds. First, let me show you my factory. There it is. That's the one I sampled. As much as I love the device, I was immediately frustrated that I can only save 16 patches at a time. I can't recall presets. You can do quite a bit with it considering it's literally the size of a calculator, but there's a lot of things you can't do. And if Teenage Engineering decided to release a digital version of all the sounds, I would buy it. I don't think they're going to be doing that, and so instead I sampled it and I made my own instrument. So the sample pack hovers right around 2 gigs, depending on which version of it you get, and that's because I sampled almost every single note that it can make. So it's available for Reason, Kontakt, and Ableton. And originally it was made for Reason, and I have recently added on Kontakt and Ableton. As a result, you get a slightly different flavor from each version of it. In Kontakt, there are multi-instruments. In Reason, there are combinators. In Ableton, there are racks. I was able to get very similar sounds in all 3 versions of it. Some of them are almost identical, but you get a slightly different flavor when you go from one to the next. So if you listen to something here and you have the Reason version, you say it doesn't sound exactly like that, but it's close, that's the reason. So today we're going to be looking at the Ableton version of it. So let's take a look. All right, so here we are in Ableton. Let's go through just a few sounds. There are 3 general MIDI drum kits. There's a lot of sounds. Like, there's only 16 buttons on the factory, but you can, when you start playing with the all the different knobs, those 16 buttons turn into honestly just a total beast of amount of sounds. So I had so many drum samples, it took 3 general MIDI kits to use all of them. And a lot of them sound very similar, and they're just kind of different variations on the same 16 sounds. The real power there is not to use individual sounds, like layer and combine and do 3 snares, do 3 kicks, and it has a lot of power. So you get the idea. Bass, there's not a lot of bass sounds because the PO-16 is actually a lead instrument. Here's one of my faves. So I call it almost cello. The Fat 666 is a rack instrument. Combined 3 different of the number 6 sound on the factory. A lot of these are pretty loud, so just beware when you're playing with these and auditioning them. You probably could turn it down a little bit so you don't blow your ears out. Here's a few leads. This one's called Best in Short Bursts, which I find extremely annoying, and it is best in short bursts. Complainer. And let's see. Then we get into all the actual sounds. So these, I didn't label them and didn't come up with clever names for them, just sound 1. They don't have names on the device, so I just named them sound 1, sound 2, etc. And then the variations are twisting the knobs. So as I turn the knob, I would sample every note for a quarter turn or something like that, depending on the instrument. Some of them you have to do a half turn before you really notice something. Some of them you do an eighth of a turn and you notice something. You'll see it's not totally uniform with the number of variations you get per sound, and that's because the sounds themselves aren't totally uniform. On some of these, I've messed with the attacks and releases and things like that, so just to expand it even more. And sometimes I'm using like in Ableton, for example, I'm using built-in pitch oscillators or filters, things like that, to give it more variety. So those are the 7s, 10s, 11. With pads, most of these are my own making because there really aren't any pads on the PO-16. So this is where I just kind of got creative and turned a sound that I thought would make a good pad. Or an ugly pad in that case. And then there is Sound 13, which I don't even know what this does, what it is. Poly, 1 + 1 + 1 = 1. It's a Mr. Show reference if you like Mr. Show. Let's see, Almost Beat It. On the Reason version, this just really sounds like that opening synth to Beat It. Sounds a little bit like it on this one. Floyd Fan Pizzicato. And so you get the idea. There's a ton of these to play with. And then we get into the actual sounds themselves, which are just straight from the device. So you have some duplication here because a lot of them are poly and lead. I just went ahead and made you a poly version and a lead version. There. So that's about it. Hope you like what you hear. Feel free to email me if you have any questions via zombiefightshark.com in the contact section. And I look forward to hearing your creations. Send me what you do with it, because that honestly is one of the most rewarding things about doing this sort of stuff, is getting to hear what other people make with something that you labored to create so they could create. Thanks a lot for listening. We'll see you next time.